Welcome to Degeneration Podcast, the penultimate episode before episode 150, which we will be hyping throughout the show so someone listens to it. Because I'm putting a lot of effort into it, as opposed to this, which will be no effort. So continue listening at your own peril. I'm here with Wendy.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up? What's new with you right now?
Got in a new shipment of butt plugs for the truck stop.
Oh, perfect. Truck stop butt plugs. Oh, those are they ribbed?
Yes, it is. It's got ribs here, almost like washers, and then there's a little hole so you can still fart.
I've never heard that. I've never thought about. Of all the things I've thought about, I've never heard about a hole to fart out your butt plug safely, so you don't spontaneously combust.
You have to keep it in.
Yeah.
So this would be for people who have a lot of flatulence.
I mean, there's probably a correlation between flatulence levels and sexual curiosity. Because I'm very sexually curious. I'm curious what it's like to have sex.
Has it been a minute?
It's been a minute. Not as long as Patrice, fucking thank God, but it's been a minute.
Well,
and I feel like anything you line up right now, like during COVID, like pandemic, quarantine, whatever, it's gonna fall through by the time things over because people don't have patience.
No, that's the sad part about all the animals that are being adopted out of the shelters now. They're pretty much empty because people are like, oh, I want to get a dog, I want to get a cat, I'm home, and I can have them, take care of them.
Yeah.
But please keep them if you're going to adopt them. It's not just for like a shutdown time.
Yeah, and keep in mind that we're not saying this just because the ASPCA has a gun to our proverbial heads after the last couple episodes.
Yep. I've been getting so much shit in the mail from the ASPCA.
Yeah, Patrice is talking about fucking kidnapping Cocker Spaniels and threatening to kill them.
No, that's not good.
No. Should I not have tagged ASPCA? Maybe I'll get rid of that tag.
Yeah, that might not be a bad idea.
Yeah.
Although, if you are out there, ASPCA, and you're listening, I want you to stop sending me chain letters that have death threats / you can get rid of the death threat by paying $25 a month to this address. Please stop that. That's no way to get animal money.
Don't kill my husband.
Well, no, don't kill my husband.
It's like, oh, do I want that? Then I'm on the dating game, and I heard from Andy and Patrice and Will that really sucks. But Will found a good one actually. He is getting married up.
Absolutely.
That's part of why he's, he focused on getting serious in that department of his life and realized telling stories about his travails wasn't really paying the bills, you know what I mean? Like, morally and emotionally. So he's like, peace.
Exactly.
What do you think of this mustache and soul patch combo I got going?
That's going to get you laid.
Yeah? Should I keep it going after the pandemic and go on a date like this?
Exactly. You should.
Glasses or without the glasses?
Let's take a look. I've always liked guys with glasses because they look intelligent.
But does it counteract the sleazy look of the mustache soul patch combo if I have the glasses on?
If you have it without your glasses, you look more like a serial killer.
Perfect. I'm going without the glasses. I'm going to put the old contacts in. I have one pair of contacts left because I'm too... I was too broke to buy the contact lenses, but I'm not anymore. Now I'm just too cheap. I upgraded from broke to cheap. Thank you, pandemic.
Pandemic broke.
Yeah, I was pandemic broke before. Now
and pandemic cheap.
I'm pandemic cheap. Pre-pandemic, I was a prepubescent, pre-pandemic broke, and now I'm a post-pubescent, post-pandemic cheap.
Do you think that we're gonna have to pay taxes on all this money we're getting?
Yeah, but we shouldn't. We didn't ask for it. You just fucking gave it to us.
That's like saying, now give us 30% of that free money back.
Yeah, exactly. Like I took 10% off my my unemployment money that I'm getting just because it's gonna be less taxes for me to pay on the back end. So that's cool. and I'm getting $7.63 a week.
Not bad, not bad. Yeah, they always get you in the back end.
Oh yeah, I love getting in the back end without the fart hole butt plugs. Just regular non-ribbed butt plugs. I just fucking shoved it in without the joy of like, you know, the friction with the coils or whatever on your butthole.
I was looking at exactly. I was looking at this, and it's actually in a threaded pattern. So if you wanted to twist it in there, you could.
Like the corkscrew duck penises.
Yes. But
very nice. Duck Dick Dynasty, look that one up.
Times wider.
What?
Oh yeah, I like Duck Dynasty. That's a good episode.
Episode 3, Duck Dick Dynasty.
Exactly. Unless this is a BBC Drake.
I almost spit out my coffee on my own fucking... A big black cock Drake.
Big black cock Drake.
Can you also use it for your toilet? But make sure it's like a mini plunger for like midget toilets. But make sure that you remember to wash it before and disinfect it. Not because of COVID, but because you don't want it in your butt after it's been in dirty toilet water.
Yeah, suck it for 20 seconds. Before
or you do. Suck it off for 20 seconds and then put it in your butt.
Yeah.
And pull it out of your butt. And if you pull it out of your butt, you don't have to suck it for 20 seconds. But we recommend sucking it for 40.
It all depends on where it's been.
If it's been in your butt, I mean, if it's been in someone else's butt, chances are it's cleaner than your butt. My butt. Because you're a farter. If you're using the coiled thing, you're a farter, right?
Yes.
Because of the hole, the fart hole?
Yes.
So, I mean, chances are your butt is not as clean as the other butts. So, by all means, suck those for 40 seconds. Or just go raw with it in the toilet. You know, whatever. Are you playing the butt plug like a fucking instrument? That's awesome.
Yep, it's the mating call.
So I got a question for you. You were talking briefly off mic about warehouse guys and how they behave in general in your facility. Can you elaborate on that?
Okay, so behind the truck stop we have a warehouse, and that's where truck stop people they can either go there and get bulk products, or the truckers will actually take some of their load, drop it off, they'll store there, and then they can pick it up later because of whatever freight crap they're doing.
Load.
Yeah, right? They got a big old load. Anyway. We have one particular driver. His name is Chester. I don't know. We all call him Chester the Molester because he likes to flash the cameras. He's never flashed a person, but he flashes the cameras. Anyway.
God.
He's a freaking alcoholic. Constantly drinking.
And we're substance positive here, but if you need help, don't go to Chester.
No, don't go to Chester unless you need a hookup.
Yeah, he'll get you some Keystone Light, some Ice House. He probably drinks Ice House.
I haven't looked, but one of my coworkers actually found his stash, and he keeps it in the tank of the toilet.
No
it's
way.
It's the third stall down in the men's room.
It floats in the toilet?
Yeah, I don't know if it floats or not. I actually never saw it in there myself.
There's water in there. There's toilet water. He's got Ice House floating in fucking toilet water?
Yeah, I bet you it keeps it nice and cold.
I mean, it's probably like warm. That water's like tepid, right? Room temperature, tank temperature, fucking toilet water.
Yeah, I guess it depends on how much it flushes. So if you're in a truck stop and you're in the busy time, it's flushing a lot, which means you got nice cold water. Oh, that is true. Okay. So I think that is why he comes right after the busy time, because it actually chills his beer for him. Just like crack it open. Is Ice House a twist off? I mean, we sure know you don't need a bottle opener and get an Ice House going. Or is it like a can? No, I've never heard a clink. I've only heard a ching. So ching. I think it has to be an aluminum can. Nice. Yeah. Where does he hide the cans afterwards? He's come out with fat pockets? No, but I have cleaned the women's room, and there have been crushed cans in the used tampon. So then he goes into the women's room and tries to plant the cans as if it was a woman doing it? I don't think it was a woman, because it starts out in the men's and then it ends up in the women's. Genius. Sanitary napkin garbage can that's stuck on the side of the wall by every girl's toilet. That little garbage.
I mean, you think he puts those things in the tampon thing instead of the trash can out of a level of disdain for women?
I've never thought of it that way before.
Do you think he had
Yeah.
a contentious relationship with his mother?
Or grandmother. Maybe it's like extending through the generations.
Yeah, generational, like, force.
You know what? I should ask him. Has anyone in your family ever been diagnosed alcoholic?
Do they diagnose people? I thought that's like a self-diagnosis.
I don't know if he'd even talk to me. He kind of looks like one of those, I don't know, like one of those mute truck drivers that can't use the walkie-talkie.
Like that?
No, he doesn't have a stoma. He's just really, really like tight-lipped. Almost like he sucked the wrong asshole once. Oh.
Like a really tart asshole?
Maybe that's it. Maybe somebody was boofing sweet tarts up their butthole and he just took one big gulp too many.
Like on Sour Patch Kids?
Oh yeah. There's a lot of candies that you could boof. Really
and he didn't even like get the sugar or the sweet tart dust. He just took an entire batch of Sour Patch Kids up his ass, and then he wanted it to be. He was like, the guy or girl was like nervous about their asshole smell because they're a farter and they're not experienced with the coil butt plugs, and so this dude Chester, the molester, comes in and like, is going down on them and their buttholes, and then whew, tart. And now he doesn't talk much because he's embarrassed and because it was so damn tart.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think if I was going to do something tart out of a butthole, I would do those sweet and sour worms, those gummy worms.
Just go.
Yeah, it would extend the pleasure.
Right up the hole.
I like that. Maybe this butt plug is also for people who use those worms for boofing.
Yeah, there you go. Boofing, 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 boofing sour worms. We're boofing sour worms, and that's how we are charming. I don't know why that didn't rhyme or why I said charming, but it does make you butt charming, I think. And that's continue. Please carry on with something else because I'm singing out of no purpose.
Sweet and sour, though, would be really bad, like, to have if you have herpes sores in your butthole, because that would really burn.
Oh my god, the sour burn of herpes sores.
Yeah, because then it looks just like pock marks, and you got worms crawling out, and maybe little sour bits in your.
Are you a proponent of testing for like STDs?
I think it should be by choice.
Yeah. No, I mean, are you a proponent of by choice testing? Or are you just like, are you a let it ride person? I'm a let it ride person.
A testing person.
Okay. See, this is where we differ.
That's okay. We're not going to be the same.
See, I'm anonymity positive.
So that's the only test that you'll ever test positive for is the anonymity.
The anonymity and the substance positive and the body positive. Although, is that not body positive to not get tested or make sure that the person you're with got tested? I feel like
an acceptance, I think.
Yeah, I also feel like on some level it diminishes the intimacy if someone, like, the possible intimacy that could or could not follow if you are lining up someone new and they're lining you up, right? Sniffing you out, you're sniffing them out, and they're like, have you been tested? And you haven't even kissed yet, and you're like, this is becoming so mechanical already. I respect that they want you to be tested and everything, but is this like the only prerequisite is that you'll fuck me, but only if I've been tested, but otherwise you'll just totally fuck me regardless of my personality? Or am I reading into that too much?
No, I don't think so. I think you have a very valid point. You might actually switch my decision over. Because if you think about it, really deeply think about it, if you sit there and test for everything, you're actually like slicing Mother Nature. She needs to be able to weed out the weak.
Yeah.
Look, we got a pandemic right now. That's weeding out the weak. Give or take, because it's not really age selective. It's not gender selective.
No.
It's weeding out weak people.
It's electing more men, though.
I have no comment.
They're taking our good men.
Well, wars took a lot of good men, too.
Yeah. Pretty much. And they say that I read some article. I don't know if it was a good article or whatever, but I did read the whole thing. Did not just the headline, the first 2 lines. So congrats to me. Good for me. Woo.
Yeah.
It said that I think it was Hillary Clinton once said that women have been the primary victims of like war and stuff. I'm like, are you fucking serious? Like men fought the war. Oh, they were widowed or whatever. Like, well, fuck, men died. I think being dead is worse than being a widow. Or like their men were away. Like, why are they so reliant on their men? I know it was other times, like in the past, where that maybe was more accurate. But come on, man, get after it. How is that? Going through the horrors of war? How is that possibly not as dire as waiting for your man to come home? You get letters. Fuck, be happy with a letter. That guy's fucking taking a machine gun to the face. From a Nazi!
Wow. Yeah, I'm not sure.
We are very pro-women, though. We want more women. Oh, sorry, we had an interruption there. Chester had to come in and take a big old shit. And Wendy doesn't like to podcast over the noise of his fucking triumphant shit, so... Again, we're sorry about shifting gears here.
Yeah, I have to clean up after it, though.
You have to clean up after him? Is Ice House cans 2 out of the tampon disposal unit?
No, he's got this anal leakage issue also.
Oh.
And I think it's probably because he has mostly a liquid diet.
Yeah, and he drinks Ice House. That shit is harsh. I've had a few of those in my day, and those things are fucking gross.
Oh,
there goes the Ice House sponsorship. I'm sure they would have accepted a podcast with an average listenership of like 33 per episode, so they would have supported that. But there goes that sponsorship. So I'm sorry. Fuck you, Ice House.
You can go and be on an office party, like as in the Office party.
Yeah.
While they're listening to Imagine Dragons.
Yeah, the Office. They have this podcast. About The Office, like it's 2 women from The Office show, Jenna Fisher and that Angela one, the blonde. Don't know what her fucking name is. And this is called The Office Girls. Like, why the fuck would you want to you watched 9 seasons of it and now you want to listen to them talk about the show? Because they have nothing interesting to say themselves, probably. So, what the fuck?
No.
So, Wendy, when you found our podcast, you originally listened to the Pokemon Go episode, right?
Right.
The original Pokemon Go episode. Before that, were you listening to a fair amount of podcasts or no?
No.
That's awesome. Yeah, because like podcasts suck. Like, they suck. No one wants to. I don't want to listen to like someone's like. So, what are your favorite podcasts? Because I stupidly put in my like Bumble profile or whatever other profile. Might as well be Grindr at this point. Like that. I podcast. I don't put the link or anything in there. I mean, we'll get some listens, one-time listens, and no sexy sex. But they were like, so what are you like? What kind of podcasts are you into? I was like, I make my own. They're like, oh, I like murder and murder and murder. And they're just like, I don't fucking listen to any podcast. And then they just change the subject instead of like, oh, let me know more about that. I was like, I am a competitive motherfucker, and you have to, on some level, you have to feel like you're the only game in town, or you're just a cuck. You're just like, you're a cuck, or you're stealing. You know, like you're like, oh, I want to be like they are. And like, no, you have to find your audience. How you find your audience, and for me, I just don't find an audience, and that's fine. Yeah, I mean, I'm not discounting Vietnam. What's that?
Well, yeah, Vietnam.
I fucking love Vietnam. I love that there's people out there or bots out there that listen to the show like consistently, and I'd love you to write in, even if it's write in your native language. I will fucking if you're not really much of an English speaker or writer, but you can understand and comprehend our butt plug jokes, and you she's putting it in her mouth again. Just write in fucking Vietnamese, and I'll translate it and read it on air. I don't care. Just start interacting with us so I can have some self-esteem. Thank you. It's degeneratenation@gmail.com, and Wendy wants you to do it too. Her self-esteem is better than mine, but we can all use a boost, right, Wendy?
We can always use a boost.
Yeah, we can always use a boost.
And I almost, when I first turned on your podcast and heard Pokemon Go, and I heard Will say, eating out dirty women, I almost turned, but then I thought that'd be being a hypocrite, because that's something I would talk about too, is eating out dirty women.
Really?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Why are you like shocked?
No, it's awesome that you had that revelation, because like you're our favorite.
Aww.
You know, like we didn't when I had that hiatus, I was like I just didn't want to like put too much pressure on you to deliver all the goods every day, not every day, but once or twice a week to keep this going. And also I was working on a comedy script with my writing partner, and I was working more, and you know it just didn't work out, but it worked out in the long run, because now our audience is fresh. We shaved off the fat of the off the chicken, and now it's a fucking flapping its listen to the wings and yeah, that's right. So taxes, huh? What a bunch of bullshit that is.
Oh my god.
It's not like, so are you, where do you stand, like, not politically overall, but like on the issue of tax revenue, and how do you think it's wasted for the most part, or do you think it's well spent? Do you think we should be taxed more or less, or?
I don't think it really matters. I don't know of any place else that is this far in debt, so it's like, who cares how much money we have, whether we taxed a little, whether we're taxed a lot. We spend it like we have infinite reserves, which we don't.
Like the wife that has the credit card that the husband doesn't communicate well, and he's not admitting that he's not going to get that promotion, and he's like, yeah, it's fine. Oh, I got this for the kids, and you're like, oh yeah, and then he complains to his golf buddies about his wife fucking spending money, and it's like, be a man and be like, hey, listen, I don't make enough for this, and I really appreciate that you work or don't work. Either way this can go. But we need to like put a stop to some of this, because I just don't. We as a couple, or I don't make enough money for us to be spending this if we want to like go down the path of like prosperity going forward. You know.
Yeah, I'd really appreciate it, honey, if you wouldn't spend, use the credit card for that one hotel room that you use a week for your extramarital affair. Could you just cut it down to maybe like once a month? That'd be awesome.
Can you just fuck in your car in a deserted mall parking lot?
Yeah, can you just go to his house?
Yeah, exactly. Go to his parents' house and just fuck there, and it's me. I'm the guy. I'm the other guy. You go, I need this so bad. Oh God, I came already.
And then you hear the echo in the heating vent. I did too.
Yeah,
Shut up, Dad.
Dad's like fucking coming and jacking off to me fucking a woman, because he's so excited I'm actually fucking a woman that he's not concerned with the morality of it.
See, that's where families are getting together during this COVID thing. You got to really stick together and make memories that you're always going to have and always going to cherish.
Yeah, I agree, Wendy. That's a good spin on this affair that we spun off.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, I just think that we should be able, like, people that are of the lower rung or middle rungs of not society but the economic ladder, should be able to keep. I mean, they already keep a fair amount, like percentage wise. I mean, when you think about it, and there are services that go back to them, but they could get a little bit more back from their taxes, like, and they need to tax people that have like wealth from like stock transactions and things like that, shareholder wealth and things like that. Less so income. If it's investment income, yeah, you made a good. Congrats on making a good investment, but you probably had help doing that. To be honest, most people don't invest themselves.
Right.
Because most people that do invest on that level are smarter. They know they're not going to beat the market. They don't care about beating the market. They just want them dividends. And we should tax that a little bit. We're not taxing success or their choices in life about like trying to go in the COO track instead of being home with their families. I mean, like, what are you going to burn them twice? No, we're not asking that. I'm not asking that. I don't know if you are. But what I'm rambling. But what I want is us to use our tax revenue, our existing tax revenue, better to improve society for everyone and not just waste it.
Question for you. You've had some experience with nonprofits. Do you think nonprofits should start paying some taxes?
No.
Even if they make like really bad decisions, like taking some of their monies and turning them into like support groups, like Bestiality, Addicts Anonymous support groups. Yeah, by the way, why does that spell bad?
I think it's fine that they, not those, that everyone needs a support group, except for NAMBLA, obviously, because they're enablers.
Well, the little boy supports their dicks, so that's the support group they get.
Yeah, they get a support group of Boy Scout troops and stuff, which is fucked up. But yeah, the Bestiality, first off, yeah, you should probably be anonymous if you're in a Bestiality. And second, you're probably listening to this podcast because we've delved into that plenty of times.
Hook a sister up. What?
Yeah, we even have an episode called Bestiality Swan Song in which I tried to pry Mendy and Wendy. I said Mindy? Mendy. No, I said Mendy. Mendy is your anonymous pro bestiality name. Pry Wendy in to stop talking about bestiality, and then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't care. I'll talk about it too. I'll fuck some animals, whatever.